All right, so continuing on with Des Moines' Alex Cass taking the mound against the cleanup hitter, Hawkeye Reynolds. His name's Hank Reynolds, but I've got his nickname there in the subheader. All right, so let's see what Hawkeye can do. They're trailing 1-0. The control is 7, pitcher's best. So in order, you drill down, command heat. So his heat rating is his best rating. In other words, I'm doing a tiebreaker between heat and composure, and heat takes precedence over composure, is the point. So, and then I rolled a 3. So 7 and 3 is 10 on the pitcher heat table. And what do we get here? Pitcher heat, and that is a pop out unless the batter has a contact of 6, which he does not. So therefore, that is a pop out. And if you want to know where he pops out to, he popped out to second base. All right, here's Lonnie Frost. Control says batter contact 5 plus 2 is 7. Contact 7 is a pop out, another pop out. And this one goes to second base. Also, is that 2 in a row? I didn't write it down. 2 gone, and Mosley. Pitcher's best. So we're going to go with heat again. 9 and 7 is 16, and struck him out. So Alex Cass's 3rd strikeout, and he's retired 6 straight to start the ball game. Looking good for Des Moines. Now, can Ian Dillard, he had kind of a rough first inning. Can he recover against the bottom part of the order here? I'm going to re-roll that one. It was sideways. 8, pitcher composure. Not his strong suit. So that is 2 plus 6 is 8. And he's going to walk him. Joe Webster gets a walk, but he's not much of a stealing threat over there. Tyrell Goddard is up next. See if he can do something. And we got pitcher's best again. Huh? Hitting that quite a bit. We're back to heat 17. We'll strike him out. 1 out, 1 on, and now Alex Cass comes up to bat. Yeah, well, let's try a bunt here. I think it's on the back of this chart. So, ooh, 87. What is that? Batter's contact plus composure. Let's add those two together. It's a 4. Is it 10 or more? No, not even close. If it's less than 10, then he pops out. So he tried to bunt and popped it up instead. And the runner remains at first. Alrighty, Luther Green. Last time up, he hit that leadoff double and then stole 3rd. Pretty cool. Batter's contact is 6. That's his strength. He rolls an 11. 17 on contact is going to get him a single plus. So a single plus means that the base runner, no matter what his speed is, gets an extra base. All right. And then that plus also means that Green has the option to stretch for a double. And since his speed is 8, I am going to go for it. He'll only be out if I roll a 9. It's a 5, and he is safe at second. So Green with another double. His first double was different. It was just a double. This was what would have been a single for most people that he turned into a double, right? So his second double of the day, runners at second and third, 2 out. Definitely a clutch scenario, potentially, for Dominic Sharp. Let's see what we roll here. The control says pitcher heat. 10-17 struck him out. The runners are stranded, and Ian Dillard has now struck out 5 of the first 6 outs. But he is giving up base runners too, though, so a little shaky on that regard. But nobody scores here. It's only 1-0 as we go to the top of the third. Alex Cass against Javon Rose. Pitcher's best. Heat 9. Struck him out. That's a 16 total. And there was nobody on base, so any other implications didn't matter. Leon Salas is a left-handed catcher. And let's see here, 10, or batting from the left side anyway. Pitcher's heat, 7. 6 is 13. I think it's still a strikeout. It is, yep. And Cass is now mowing them down. 2 gone. And now he gets to the pitcher. He might strike out the side here. 6 is batter's power. His power is only 1. 8 plus 1 is 9. And guess what? It's a strikeout. Bang, 1, 2, 3, and down they go as Alex Cass strikes out the side in the top of the third. Alrighty. Tom Emerson, talented catcher, like I said before. I think I said that before. Yeah, I like him. I want him on my team. Pitcher composure is 2 plus 3 is 5. Wait a second. Yep, there we go. So 5 on composure. Yep, that's a walk. Emerson is on for the second time today, and that is the second walk issued by Dillard. So you can see how composure is affecting Dillard's walks here. Dale Osgood. Control is 11. Batter's power. Ooh, that is Osgood's strength. But he only rolls a 2. 7 plus 2 is 9. He strikes out. So he took a big rip at it, but didn't make contact. All right. 1 out, 1 on for Wilkins. Batter power. 9 and 5 is 14. And that is hit deep to center field, back on the warning track, and caught. However, the runner can move on that one. Advance to second. Now is in scoring position for Corey Wilkins. That particular result I just read, it's a deep fly out unless you're in conditions that favor the batters, favor the hitters. And in those conditions, that carries for a home run. But in this case, it's caught. All right, so that's kind of fun. Now, 2 out, man on second for Rory Hoff. Hoff struck out his first time up. Pitcher heat. 6, 7, 13. Pow! Down he goes. Another strikeout for Ian Dillard. It shouldn't be a surprise. Both these pitchers are excellent strikeout artists. So, through 3 innings, it is 1-0 still Des Moines. Top of the fourth. We're back to the top of the order. Batter power, 3, 5 is 8. Total lined out. Better clear that board. There's nobody on base. And batter contact. Oh, that's good for Gamble. 17. That's a single plus. His speed is 5. I'm not going to try to stretch it. He had the option to stretch that for a double. I'm going to stay at first for now. All right. Ian Galan is up next with a man on, one out. And it's not clutch because there's only one out. So therefore it's pitcher's command. And his command is 4 + 1 is 5. That's not very good. And he's going to throw one down the middle, and Galan's going to smack that out to right field for a single. And now we got 2 runners on with a speed of 5. Huh. All right. Here is Hawkeye Reynolds. They're down by a run, 2 men on. You got your cleanup hitter up, only 1 out. 5 is the control result. Batter composure, 5 + 6 is 11. And he will draw the walk unless the pitcher's command is 6, but it is not, it's 4. So he does draw the walk that loads the bases. How about that? That's pretty cool. All right, Alex Cass, after retiring 10 straight to start the game, has now allowed 3 men to reach. Now he takes on Lonnie Frost. Frost is an excellent contact hitter, but he's also got some pop. So, dangerous hitter to be looking at here with the bases loaded. Pitcher's heat. 7, 9, 16 struck him out. Just when he needed it. That's the second out. Very important at that moment. And now he's got Cade Mosley, a little easier hitter. 7, we got the pitcher's best. It's going to be his heat rating. 7 and 11 is going to strike him out. And so Cass, after loading the bases, gets out of it with 2 consecutive strikeouts to hold Tulsa scoreless for the moment. Wow. Boy, that was tough. That was some tough pitching. Let's see, Cade Mosley, yeah. Alrighty. Joe Webster coming up in the bottom of the 4th. 1-run ball game. Batter's power is 6 and 11, 17. That's going to be gone. It's gone. Let's see, he's right-handed. He lifts that high and deep to left field. It is carrying and over the wall. How many rows? 1d12. That is going to be 3 rows back. A solo home run for Joe Webster. That makes it 2-0 as Tyrell Goddard comes up with the bases empty. Pitcher heat, 5 and 7 is 12. Pitcher heat 12 is going to be a shallow fly out. To center field. All right, here is, it's the other pitcher. So Cass up there with a bat on his shoulder. Pitcher's composure is 2. Huh, how about that? This will be interesting. 2, but he rolls a 12, so it's a 14 on the composure chart. And he gets a shallow fly out of Alex Cass. So he's given up some fly balls, one of which carried over the wall here. 2 out, nobody on. Back to the top of the order. And we've got Luther Green, who's 2 for 2 with 2 doubles. They were different types of doubles. And a stolen base. Can Luther Green keep it going? We roll a 3. It's the pitcher's heat. It's not looking good for Green. 8 and 7 is 15. Struck him out. 1-run scores on 1 hit. We are through 4 innings. It's 2-0 Des Moines. Here's Javon Rose batting from the left side. 8. Pitcher's composure. 9 and 7 is 16, and that's a strikeout. As Alex Cass continues to rack them up. Pitcher command, 4 and 12. That's an excellent roll. 16, and he gets another strikeout, and this time he does it with a nice breaking ball right on the outside corner, and Salas can't handle that one. He's doing it all kinds of ways. That's kind of cool. All right, so here is the, here's Ian Dillard. Let's see. There's nobody on. I could think about pitch hitting here, but I'm not going to. So let's just go ahead and have him roll it. Batter's power is the control. And it's a roll of 4 plus 1 is 5. That's not going to go anywhere, is it? Nope. That's a shallow fly out to right field on a little bit of a late swing. That retires the side in the top of the 5th. And Tulsa can't get anything going. They had their big opportunity last inning and came up empty, striking out twice. Bottom of the 5th, Dominic Sharp. Batter's composure is 5, 7 is 12, and oh, that's not an easy play, but it's a ground out. It just occurred to me we haven't gone to the field action or field trouble chart yet. Interesting. Tom Emerson. He is 1 for 1 with a walk and a single. Batter's power is 5, 11, 16. And that is hit deep. It's going to be off the wall for a double. That extra base hit is going to go to center field. All right, that's a double plus, which means he could potentially stretch it to a triple, but he's not going to. He's not that fast. So now Emerson's having a pretty good day here. His 3rd time on base and his first extra base hit of the season. 1 out, man in scoring position for Dale Osgood. Batter contact is 6 and 1 is 7. Yeah, that's not good. He pops out. That pop out is caught at 3rd base. 2 gone for Corby Wilkins. Pitcher's heat. 7 and 7, 14. That's not a strikeout, but it is a pop out. All right, so no damage done there. A man left at 2nd. And on we go to the 6th. Now, here's where we start getting into fade concerns. So Alex Cass's fade rating is 5, and he's now pitched 5 innings. So after completing that 5th inning, we now begin to track him, and we add an extra die to the mix to see if he begins to fade. So on a result of 1 or 6 on the red die, he will go to fade level 1, and then we'll look. You'll see. You'll see when we get there. Okay, so Kurt Chambers, top of the order, top of the 6th, 2-0 Des Moines. As Cass tries to continue his scoreless streak into the 6th inning. A roll of 5, so no fade effect. 9, is batter's contact. 6 plus 5 is 11 on the contact chart. And that is a field action or clutch. I shouldn't have marked that off. It shouldn't say or clutch. It should just say field action. All right, I need to change that. So we go to the field action chart, which means the ball's in play and a fielder has got to do something extraordinary here. I roll a 56. So the way this chart works is it will not just, it will tell you what happens and who the fielder is at the same time. So we'll go down here to 56. And this is a pop-up, difficult one, to second base. And we're going to check his range. It's either an out or a single. So the way these ability checks work is you try to roll the rating or lower in order to succeed. So the Des Moines second baseman is got a range of 6. Yeah, that's Luther Green, range of 6. So 0 through 6, he makes the play. So outstanding catch made on a pop-up. So he had to run, stretch, dive, something there to make that play. So I'm going to put a star here and a 4. And note that that was an outstanding play at second base on that one. All right, Kurt Chambers is retired by Luther Green in this case. Roger Gamble is up next. And I rolled a 2, no fade effect. 10, pitcher's heat, good. Cass is in good shape there. I rolled a 2. 7 is 9. That is hit deep, but not deep enough. The field will contain it. It's caught back on the warning track for a deep fly out. 2 gone. But it probably made the manager hold his breath for a second or two. Alicio Galan. And I roll a 5. No fade effect. And I roll another 5. So batter composure is 4. That is Galan's least rating. 7 and 4 is 11 on composure. And pretty good roll. He draws a walk in this case because the pitcher's command is beneath 6, is lower than 6. So Galan has got a walk here. That's only the second walk issued by Cass in this game, which if you were kind of in a narrative sense, picturing this, you know that he's kind of into his high in his pitch count, right? Or whatever. And you're thinking, he might be getting a little tired now because he's given up. The deep fly was a bit of a concern. Now the walk. Luther Green had to make a great play on that first out. So you could think about taking him out here, especially with Hawkeye Reynolds, the cleanup man, coming up and representing the tying run. Yeah, okay. I've talked myself into it. We're going to end Alex Cass's day there, even though he never went to fade level 1. But it could have happened on the very next roll. We don't know that. And I'm going to pick out a reliever here. Let's go with Dave Overton. All right, so 5 2/3 for Cass. Then gives way to Overton. Here we go. Pitcher composure is a 4. Yeah, oh, he rolls a 1. Not good. So Overton comes in. He's a little shaky here. Rolls a 5 on the composure table and issues the walk. So he pitches very carefully. Can't really blame him. To Hawkeye Reynolds. Now there are 2 on and 2 out for Lonnie Frost. 1, pitcher command. That's his strength. but he only rolls a 3. So the result says, if you're the home team, it's a field action, but Tulsa is the visitor, so therefore it is a pop out. A pop out leaves the runners stranded. How about that? And still, Tulsa can't break through. They trail 2-0. Here in the 6th. All right, bottom of the 6th, Rory Hoff is up. Hoff has not been able to solve Dillard. So Dillard has a fade of 6. So we don't have to worry about the fade thing with him until the 7th inning. Control says, pitcher heat, 7, 9, 16, struck him out. Bye-bye. That's easy. Hoff has struck out for the 3rd time against Dillard. He just can't figure him out. All right, but Joe Webster figured him out. Joe Webster has gotten a walk and a solo home run so far. So can Dillard finally get Webster here? Pitcher composure, 2. But he rolls a 12, 14. 14, that is a shallow fly out to left field. And he finally gets Webster on a fly out. Medium deep. All right, Tyrell Goddard against Ian Dillard now. Goddard 0 for 2. Pitcher heat. And 7 and 7 is 14. That'll be a fly out, won't it? 14, it's a pop out. Yep. So 1, 2, 3 inning for Dillard. And since I'm thinking of it, as I lay that aside, I'm going to go ahead and put that 0 fade on there to remind me when he comes back up in the next inning. Now, when you're using relievers, you don't have to track the batter's face. So any number of batters faced in an inning is the same as an inning pitched, for simplicity's sake. And so Overton only has a fade of 1. Which means if I'm going to pitch him for a 2nd consecutive inning, that we have to check him for fade. But he's facing the bottom of the order: Mosley, Rose, and Solis. Let's take our chances and see what happens. No fade effect. 12. It's not clutch. There's not 2 out. So we're going to command. So the command is 6 plus 8, 14. And he will get a routine ground out to shortstop. One gone for Javon Rose. Batting from the left side now. Batter power is 3. No fade effect. 3 plus 8 is 11. And struck him out. So Rose got something he could work with, but couldn't quite make contact there. There's a little bit more, the power charts, kind of like the heat chart also, are kind of higher risk, higher reward. Leon Solis, 2 out, nobody on. No fade effect, 9. Batter contact is only 2. 2 plus. 1 is a 3. That's terrible. And he would have grounded out into a double play had there been anybody on, but instead it's just a routine ground out, in this case to third. Whoops, he's a lefty. To first base. Grounds out to first. Well, they've had a few chances. Now, this is where Overton So Overton would be due up to bat here. But that's not going to happen. So I'm going to leave that batting card, that generic batting card there as a reminder. But I'm going to take Overton out and look for a pinch hitter. Let's see. Let's see what Doug Hager can do. Nah, I want a little more speed. Let's go with Matthias Silva. All right. Now, Dillard out there to work the 7th. Now we're checking him for fade. Silva's the pinch hitter. And wouldn't you know it, I hit fade. Remember I said 1 or 6. I rolled a 6. So he goes to fade level 1 immediately. I look up this 5. So batter composure. Oh no, it's his worst rating too. So it's going to be 2 plus 3, a bad roll. So we're looking up a 5 on the fade column. So on these charts here, you'll see you got F1 and F2, fade level 1, fade level 2. And what I roll? A total of 5, right? 3 plus 2. And so that is a single plus for Silva. They've got the lead. He doesn't need to push it. So Matthias Silva with the pinch hit single, and he's on first with a speed of 4. All right. Oh, I got to flip this over. Ian Dillard's at fade level 1. Well, they're already trailing in this game, and now we've got the leadoff man on. I'm not going to take my chances here and take Ian Dillard out. Let's go with Rob Holcomb. He's average, but he's got pretty good fade. So if I could get lucky with him and get a couple innings, maybe we can get back in this. Thinking as the Tulsa manager. Anyway, so Luther Green up next. The speedy second baseman who's hit the 2 doubles already. Batter contact, 6, 12, 18. He's got another double. Boom, boom. There weren't 2 out, or otherwise he could have scored. So there is a well-struck double into the center field gap. Now we've got runners at second and third, nobody out. Oh boy. Hopefully Holcomb can, he's in trouble here. This game could get out of hand. Pitcher command, 4, 7 is 11, and he gets a strikeout unless the batter's composure is 7, which it's not. And so, yeah, he gets a strikeout there. That's good. Good timing. And here's Tom Emerson, who has yet, who's always reached base so far. Single, double, and a walk. Who knows? Maybe he's working on a cycle or something today. Let's find out. Pitcher's best is command. 4 plus 3 is 7. Not a very good roll. And there is a single and an RBI. For Emerson. That was not a single plus. But a run scores. And Emerson has done it again. 1 out, runner on third, first and third. Emerson's a 3, right? Yeah. All right, here's Dale Osgood with 1 out. Pitcher composure, 9. He gets a ground out plus. So here's a case where, let's see, Osgood's going to hit this and pull the third baseman out of position, and he's going to have to take the out at first as the run scores. All right. Yeah, there is a scenario in which the third baseman could have thrown home. Had it been like a fielder's choice type play. But not in this case. He had to come across the diamond or whatever, charge the ball, and throw to first. All right. So another run scores. It's 4-0. 2 out. Runner at second now for Corby Wilkins. Pitcher composure is 3, 8-11. Struck him out. All right, and that is how the 7th inning ends, but 2 runs come across on 3 hits. And we will go to the 8th. It's 4-0 Des Moines. Let's see, Tulsa's due for a pinch hitter. Fernando Baez. To face John Guthrie. Top of the 8th. Control rolls a 3, pitcher heat 5, and 4 is a 9. And that is a deep fly out, but not deep enough. The ballpark will contain it. 1 gone. That will do it for Guthrie. And get us back to top of the order, Chambers. Chambers is 0 for 3. He got robbed on 1 play, though. All right, pitcher's best is command, 9. We just had that, didn't we? Oh, yeah, here it is. So this is not the home team. This is the visiting team. That is a pop out. Two gone, and now Roger Gamble. Pitcher heat, 5 and 6 is 11. And we're looking for an opposite bat. So Baez is a left-handed pitcher, and Gamble are we up to Gamble? Yeah, Gamble is a right-handed hitter, and therefore it is an opposite bat single. So Gamble makes contact and hits that ball in the infield. He slaps it the opposite way over to the first baseman, who gets a little handcuffed with it, has to go and range out of his way, and it's an infield single for Gamble. So IF single. Gamble's got a little bit of speed too. All right, 2 out, Gamble on first. Let's try to steal here. All right, the jump table says pitcher's composure and the catcher's arm combined. Is it 10 or more? Well, the pitcher's composure is only 2, so no, that's not the case. Their total would be 8. So this is just a normal steal attempt, so he's going to use the 5 column. And an 8 on the 5 column is safe, just barely, on a close play. All right, stolen base for Gamble, and now you've got Eliseo Galan coming up. He is 1 for 2 with a walk. This is clutch if it comes up. If I roll a 12 on the control table, we can go to the clutch chart. You know what? Let's just say that I did, all right? Let's say that came up a 12 instead of a 7, just so I can demo this. All right, so we have 2 out, man in scoring position. and Galan goes to the clutch chart. Now we're going to re-roll percentile. 52. It's a 2-2 count as this happens. And we're going to compare the pitcher's heat of 5. Is it equal to or greater than the hitter's composure of 4? It is. He struck him out because of that. So, yeah, that's kind of neat. I like the twist that adds. All right, so it's a strikeout, but there's a little more to the story than just that, and that's what retires the side, leaves the runner stranded, and Tulsa remains scoreless through 8 frames. And as I set by as a side, I'll drop that on there because he's pitched his 1 inning and met his fade requirement, or fade cap, whatever you want to call it. Bottom of the 8th, Rory Hoff. Batter's power is 4 plus 3 is 7. That won't do it. Nope, he pops out. Joe Webster, he's got that solo home run earlier. Batter contact, 4 and 12 is 16. And he's got a single. Webster having a good day. Slow-footed though he may be. He's on first. For Tyrell Goddard, 1 out, 1 on. And we're going to go to batter power. 4 and 11 is 15. This is going to be a home run power check or a deep fly out. So, what do? We look at his power. If I roll 0 through 4, it's a home run, just barely, over the wall. Otherwise, it's a deep fly out on the warning track. It is gone! A 2-run shot for Tyrell Goddard. That makes it 6-0. And Holcomb, you're killing me, buddy. Let's see. Baez would be due to hit. He's not going to do that. And we'll have Terry McKean pinch hit. Oops, wait a minute. There we go. And I'm going to hope that Holcomb can at least get out of this inning without too much more damage. The game is pretty well gone now. Holcomb versus Terry McKean. Pinch hit. All right. 11 batter power is 3. And did I roll that? I don't remember. 6. I roll 6 again. 9. Power 9 is going to be a strikeout. So McKean trying to be heroic there. Can't get hold of it. Can't make contact. Two gone. Nobody on for Luther Green. Batter composure, pretty good. 15. And he's going to get a walk. Now, this walk has a little symbol by it, a little fast forward symbol, which means that Luther is going to attempt to steal whether the manager says so or not. He's going to just decide to do it. So, he's already got 1 stolen base. He's feeling lucky. The jump table is a 5, which means it's going to be pitcher composure and catcher's arm. Composure's 3. Catcher's arm is 5. That's 8. So it's a normal steal attempt. It needed to be 10 or more to alter it. Now, speed of 8. He is very likely to be safe here. Maybe even force an error. I roll a 12. It's an error. So that is an E2. And he'll come on around to third. about that? All right, that's kind of neat. Runner on third, 2 out for Dominic Sharp. Pitcher's best, command 8 and 4 is 12. And he gets a ground out finally to get out of that mess. But he did allow 2 more runs on the home run to Tyrell Goddard. Excuse me. And so, Holcomb did not hold the game in check for us like we'd hoped. So, we got Hawkeye Reynolds. We do have the heart of the order coming up in the 9th. And Des Moines can just run anybody out there with a 6-run lead, right? They don't need to put their closer in. Let's try Todd Schuler. Let's see if he can get through this without giving up a huge rally. All right. Top of the 9th, almost over. 7, pitcher's best is Composure. 4, 12 is 16. Very nicely done. So a strikeout by Todd Schuler gets Hawkeye Reynolds. A Composure strikeout, no less. That's pretty cool. Frosty, or Lonnie Frost. Pitcher Composure, that's his strength. 12. 16 is another strikeout. He is out of his mind. So Todd Schuler comes in and he is just, just has this aura of determination about him. We got 2 out, and here's Mosley. Pitcher Composure again. This time I roll a 9, 13, and it is a strikeout. He got 3 strikeouts off the Composure chart. Unbelievable. Wow. And Todd Schuler looks like a world beater coming out there to strike out the side in the top of the 9th. Game over. It is a combined shutout for the Des Moines staff that started with Alex Cass. Oh, I need to make a note of Schuler pitching. Yeah. Schuler was the other pitcher. All right. So there we go. That is a game of round trip baseball. I was hoping for a closer one than that, but it ends 6-0. And Tulsa only had only 3 hits they mustered. They had 3 walks also. Yeah, 3 singles isn't going to get it done, is it? 3 singles and an error. And then Des Moines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 6 runs on 10 hits, no errors. So there we go. Des Moines has already won this opening series, 2-0. And so Tulsa's going to try to at least salvage 1 game here in tomorrow on the next game. So there we go. Thanks for watching. That's a demo look at where round trip baseball is right now.